Welcome, everyone. So I want to start this day by acknowledging the traditional owners of this land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respect to their leaders, past and present. I also want to welcome you all on behalf of my colleagues from Vibrance, Pete, Rhonda, and Sahil, and our friends from Strategyzer. We're really excited to have you here. So my name is Frédéric Etiemble. I'm a partner at Vibrance. My work is helping large organizations develop an innovation capability. So that's why we're here today to talk about corporate innovation. I'm also the co-author of the book that you've all received this morning called The Invincible Company. It's quite a solid book, so if you have a wobbly piece of furniture at home, it can come in quite handy. Otherwise, you might find a few interesting ideas around how to leverage corporate innovation to build new growth, to build resilience in our organizations. I'm also a big fan of tennis. That's my racket here. And just in case you're wondering, that's one of the 3 things I would take to a desert island, just in case there's a tennis court over there. Now, of course, we're not here to talk only about tennis. So why are we here today? I mean, I want to start with that because it's been quite a journey and an unlikely event, unlikely occurrence that we're all here in the same room today. For the speakers, the global speakers, our guests today, it's been quite a journey, a little one. They spent 24 hours in a plane. They experience how big our planet is and how far Australia is from anywhere else in the world. So thank you to our global speakers for being here. I want to thank you as well for being here, because for you as well, it's been quite a journey, quite a purchasing journey with a few obstacles along the way. We realized 2 days ago that we sold this event on a German platform that doesn't accept most non-European credit cards. So thank you for being here. I mean, if you're here, you were meant to be here. Now, for me as well, it was a journey to come here. I'll come and meet you, so I have a better view on the slides. So that's me 10 years ago, arriving with the little ones and my wife to Australia, looking for a new life, anxious and excited about the possibilities of this new life. And I have to say, 10 years later, that the promise of this new life has been completely realized. I mean, who I am and what I do today have nothing to do with who I am and what I was doing back then. And that was only possible thanks to a few magical encounters. So before we talk about corporate innovation, I want to talk about a few of the people that have helped me along my journey, and they are the reasons why we're here today. So I want to start with that group here and the wonderful Josie Gibson. Josie is in the room somewhere over there at the back. She's one of the first person we met with my family when we arrived in Melbourne. I needed to do things differently when I came here, and I needed to change my career. And she became my coach. She became my friend as well, but she also became my coach. She helped me transition to a new career. She connected me with the people I needed to meet. She challenged me. She opened new horizons for me. She also introduced me to a great group of change makers called the Catalyst Network, where people talk about how we can change organizations, make them better, share our practices doing that. So I brought that corporate innovation perspective into the mix. And we also share a passion for sparkling conversation and sparkling drinks. So Josie told me one day as she was coaching me, you need to meet that crazy young guy. And I met, so that's Josie from Catalyst Network and Catalyst FX. And then she introduced me to that guy, Michael Dixon. And Josie is great to know exactly who you need to meet and to connect you to that person. So she knew, you know, she had done her work with me, but I needed something else. I needed someone to help me be more creative or to actually deliver on my creativity ambitions. So the creativity guru, Michael Dixon, is also here. Today, we'll talk about how we can leverage creativity in our innovation process later on. I'm sure you might have heard of him, or maybe you've read some of the books. He wrote 2 of them here, absolute gems, Everyday Creative. Love that work. Well done, Mike. So that's thanks to Mike that I do some of the things I do today. He was always there to kick me in the butt, push me to write, push me to publish. You know, what he would tell me was, don't worry, nobody's gonna read it anyway, so just press publish. And really forcing me to come back to that creative process. So thank you, Mike, for that. The story wouldn't be complete without that critical influence on my career as well. You might have met Pete Cohen this morning as you came in. He's at the back over there, Pete. And Pete had the fantastic idea for me to present a keynote at the Agile Australia in 2014 called A Lightsaber for Your Disruptive Tool Belt, the Business Model Canvas. I had no idea what he was going to talk about, but I joined that presentation back then. And in the 50 minutes that this keynote lasted, that changed my whole perspective around how we can, you know, innovate, how we can, you know, use tool to come up with better strategic outcomes and innovative outcomes. And then that single presentation made me curious to use those tools to meet new people. That led me to meet what we call the Strategyzer team, the Strategyzer crew. Most of them are here today. Alex Osterwalder, the founder of Strategyzer and inventor of the business model canvas that Pete was talking about. He could not be there today, but everyone else on this picture is here, and you're gonna hear from them. So Strategyzer is our partner for this event today. We're very happy to have some of their key thought leaders in the room to talk about what they're working on right now, some of the emerging ideas. So I want to thank them for coming all the way to Australia and talking to you today, sharing some of their ideas. If you've read a book or 2 about innovation in the last 10 years, you probably know them already because they've written quite a few: business model generation, value proposition design, corporate startup, testing business ideas, the Invincible Company, and Pirates in the Navy. We'll hear a lot about the ideas from those books during the day. Now, back to Melbourne, I wanted to use some of those new ideas. I wanted to connect with the people doing innovation here in Melbourne, and I met those two wonderful, smart, incredible women, Fiona and Olga, who are design thinking powerhouses, and invited me to some of their projects to do work together. So that's part of the local story as well. Some of the wonderful people I met along the way. So thanks all guys over there. Fiona is going to arrive shortly, and we'll be hearing from some of their lessons as well today throughout the day. So of course, there's a little bit of a feel here, a little bit of a vibe that you know, this guy just put all his friends on the lineup today. And somehow, if you're getting that vibe, it's actually true. You know, I've set up my own business so I could work with my friends. And that's why, you know, you are seeing people on the lineup today that I consider friends. But that's not why they're here. That's not the only reason they're here. They're also here because they are incredible, deep experts in their field. And each of them will bring a perspective on corporate innovation, a unique, different perspective. So I'll do a little intro, and then I'll hand over to the real speakers. So Tendai will talk about what does a good corporate innovator look like. Josie will talk about how we can find innovation catalysts in our organizations. Lucy from Strategyzer, Lucy's over there, will talk about how we can, she'll talk about the innovation process and the toolkit, how we can shape ideas, test, and adapt ideas with growth potential. Michael over there will talk about innovation from the boardroom perspective. How does the board of directors need to support our innovation efforts? Then Olga will challenge us to stop, obsessing about products and start building systems, using system thinking to deliver better outcomes. Christian will talk about, where is Christian? Over there. Christian will talk about, how we can come up with a good innovation strategy that's going to help us along the way deliver better outcomes as well. Then we will have deserved lunch. We'll have a good 45-minute lunch so we can mingle, share, criticize what we heard in the morning speakers. And then we'll be back to more keynotes. In the afternoon, we'll have Paris with the killer slot just after lunch. He'll talk about experimentation. A prototype works into a bar. Fiona will talk about AI and how we can leverage AI as our co-pilot in our innovation process. Then Sahil will make it personal, and he'll talk about our own role as leaders in the innovation process and the kind of outcomes that we get. Then after the break, final two, we'll have Michael over there. Michael will urge us not to forget creativity and use it to liberate our innovation process. And then Greg, finally, will challenge us to think beyond the walls of our organization, beyond business model thinking, to think in terms of ecosystems. And that will be the end of the day. So it's a lot of content today, a lot of downloads. There'll be some moments where we can exchange some interactions, etc. But I won't lie to you, it's going to be a lot of content today. Tomorrow, it shifts completely. For those of you who come tomorrow it's a lot about the interactions, workshops, etc. But today is more content heavy.